Question is, describe your support, if any, of marriage equality for members of the LGBTQ communities, including whether or not you support marriage for the LGBTQ community and or civil unions. Further, do you believe that Colorado should now recognize LGBTQ marriage established in other states, even though we do not currently allow these marriages here?
In response to her question, I believe that every couple deserves to be happy. Life is so short and so uncertain that we all have a right to be happy and to have companionship. However, I think that open display, hugging, kissing, holding hands, of people of the same sex or people of opposite sex, I think there should be boundaries because of our children and my grandchildren. I feel that right now, the way it stands as far as our issues about these communities and cultures is still on the blocks, and there's a lot of unanswered questions about what they intend to do with their rights. So I would like to get a survey on coming from them, wanting to know what rights they have and how far they want to go with these rights. We all in America right now are facing a lot of humanistic issues. So again, I think that everyone deserves to be happy and have a partner. But there needs to be a little bit more identity drawn to this culture, because we want to embrace everyone. Because everybody has interpersonal concerns about their culture, and this is a culture that we need to find out more about. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. This is an easy one. I think discrimination of any kind is intolerable. Do I support the ability for gay partners to have civil unions and to have marriage if they choose? Absolutely. As I served in the legislature for 8 years, as you know, I served in the legislature for 8 years, and many issues came up many times regarding gay partners and civil unions. And I certainly, my record, as I've said before, is public. All of you know that I've always been a big supporter of individuals to have choice. In 2007, Senator Vega and I managed to pass through the legislature and signed by the governor legislation that allowed for insurance companies to provide same-sex benefits to partners. There was nothing in Colorado law that precluded it, but insurance companies weren't sure that they could do that. So absolutely, this is a very easy question. I absolutely do believe that choice and discrimination is intolerable.
I'm sorry, I was distracted. My mother just entered the room. Thank you, Mom. So I'm absolutely in support of gay marriage. I think that for Senate District 33 in particular, the GLBT community makes serious contributions on every level of our society. And I don't think they should be discriminated against in this capacity. Furthermore, I am a huge advocate of full prosecution of the law of hate crimes. So the Matthew Shepard bill and other things that are being looked at the federal level, I would support that sort of legislation. I was also very pleased to see that Governor Ritter this year signed into law efforts to effectively allow the transfer of assets between GLBT couples and so forth very easily. Again, they are productive members of our society who deserve to love and live like everyone else, and so I would support that.
This is an easy question, especially after 3 good answers. But I also would agree that the phrase, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all people are created equal, ought to mean what it says, which is to say that there should be no distinction in the eyes of the law between the rights that are accorded to same-sex marriages and accorded to heterosexual marriages. And so I do think that what we want, there has been some legislative progress. Anthony talked about some of the bills that put in place insurance benefits, hospital privileges, transfer of assets. there are still holes that need to be filled around things like joint filing income taxes that prevent there from being actual full recognition of those unions. And I think the second part of your question, absolutely important that Colorado joins those legion of states that are being courageous on this front by making sure that we do recognize civil unions or marriages from other states that can transfer into the state of Colorado. So I think this speaks to, again, the broad array of diverse issues that we see in our community, from all the way from the west side to the east side. And I think that this is one of the places where we need someone who's going to be a strong advocate for everyone in this community, regardless of their sexual orientation.